Well, a lot of people on the internet is just dumb, dumb. Like, you can't tell me all multi-million dollar company is going to do business with the guy that's wanted by Interpol didn't act like they didn't know that this day was going to happen. I'm pretty sure that everybody knew that this day was going to happen. I'm pretty sure that they know that eventually Daniel Kinahan will be apprehended. And I'm pretty sure they thought about this and tried to figure out, mentally how were they going to deal with it. And if these multi-million dollar companies never did this, they had to be a goddamn fool. They had to be a freaking idiot. People, MTK Global just imploded. Their fighters, I don't know if they auctioned off their contracts, let people buy it out. I don't know if they just releasing them all. I don't know. But, just like Daniel Kinahan with drugs, Daniel Kinahan just ruined a lot of boxers' lives, took money out of their pockets, took money out of their families' mouths. Y'all can thank Daniel Kinahan all you guys want to, but Daniel Kinahan is the one that put you in this mess. It was all just like all these businesses out there, just like these fighters out there. It was all fun and dandy doing business with Daniel Kinahan until the police showed up. It was all fun doing illegal activity until your ass got caught. That's basically what it is. Now, all these companies could be implemented into a RICO case or international drug ring case. Hope you guys paid your taxes, man. I hope your books is up to date. I hope they right. I hope you guys were following the rules and regulations of everything, because that's the only thing they need to get your ass to squeal or to get your ass to cooperate. It's just odd. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised come fight night for the Fury versus White fight, people get arrested. I wouldn't be surprised after the fight the purse gets seized. It's probably the reason why they didn't want it in escrow. Scared the shit's gonna get stuck, seized. Tyson Fury's supposed to get 29. Dillian White's supposed to get 9 million. It's 3,800, right? The remaining, like, where's all that? Where's that money going? Where exactly is that money going? It ain't going. There's no $1 million fight on that fight card. Where's that money going? I mean, it's just unfortunate, man. It's just highly unfortunate. It's just highly unfortunate that, people have put their businesses in jeopardy fucking with Daniel Kinahan. Well, it's not unfortunate. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. And I know a lot of people running to Probellum, but that's in Daniel Kinahan's clutches too. Y'all can run wherever y'all want to go to try to make y'all bread and stuff like that, but y'all have to understand, as fighters, I know sometimes you got to go where you're going, but sometimes you got to think about the long run. Because the long run is y'all got to restart. Some of these guys going to have to start right back over again. Some of these guys going to have to probably go downtown and get and do a line of questioning. Some of these guys might not ever box again because they probably got to go back to work, get lost in that, just had a whole bunch of steam knocked out of them. It's sad. But you could, like I said, you could thank Daniel Kinahan all you want, but he's the one that put you in it. Bob Arum and Frank Warren and Edward Hearn, all these guys that was doing business with Daniel Kinahan, they could play dumb all they want to. The dude was wanted by Interpol. These dudes that you ain't wanted for no reason. The DEA is not going to put $5 million on your head. The U.S. Treasury is not going to put sanctions on you because there's something called damages. You see what I'm saying? If the evidence that they had on Daniel Kinahan wasn't bona fide, this stuff wouldn't have happened. They would have kept letting him do his business. If Daniel Kinahan never came up over here and done business, they would have let him do his thing. As soon as he started stepping up over here in South America, They had they eyes on his ass. Straight up. Now all you cats out there, now pressure burst pipes. Not everybody is now the DA is looking at who is squirming out there. Everybody that's out there squirming right now, they looking at you because you're telling on yourself. Not only that, you telling on yourself, they already know. You Tyson Fury out there saying it's like my who I'm friends with is none of nobody's business. But you know what? Look what happened. It's nobody's business, but your friendship with this guy, right? The friendship that you have, the friendship that you had with this dude. You mean to tell me he's your buddy, he's your friend, but you never told him? It's like, hey man, I think you need to calm down, bruh. Because sooner or later, this shit gonna catch up to you, man, and a lot of people gonna get hurt because of you. A lot of people that ain't got nothing to do with what you're doing is going to get hurt because of you. What kind of friend are you? You never, even if he's your friend, you never tried to distance yourself from this guy, knowing now well that you could be hurt, your family could be hurt. See what I'm saying? Now, I know people wouldn't want to do their friends harm and everything like that, but sometimes shit just happens. You don't mean to do bad things to your friends, but in this case, you just basically, put yourself in these dudes' crosshairs, man. Boxing just got another black eye on it. We've been seeing these horrible judges. We've been seeing horrible referees. We've been seeing horrible piss tests. We've been seeing horrible gloves in the ring. And, it's not like anything happens. It's just always recycled, repetitive. It's always the fans don't know what the fuck they talking about. You always have these oddball these ex-boxers or media personalities always going out there on the defense of these guys. But the only people that's been hurting is the fans and these boxers. These promoters and these networks, these advisors, they all been eating off these fighters, and they all been, basically the fighters and the fans been suffering, and it seems like can't nothing happen, nothing never happens. If it does happens, it's a slap on the wrist, and it's business as usual. The next day, nobody has ever got fired. When's the last referee to get fired? When's the last judge to get fired? When's the last sanctioning body president to get let go? You know what I'm saying? When's the last time that one of these piss test organizations get fined? It's just over and over again of repetitiveness of wrongdoing, and nothing ever happens. Now, like, fast forward to today, now boxing has another black eye on it by way of the Kinahans. Not Daniel Kinahan, the Kinahans. A family literally masterminding the plan to wash their money through boxing. All that Saudi Arabia, all them UAE fights, where did all that money come from? If Daniel Kinahan is the man that everybody knows him to be, all that money he got, how is he washing it? Would Daniel Kinahan, what kind of man, put it like this, what kind of man would risk another man's business, another man's family, right, by washing his money through your business, unbeknownst to you? What kind of man would do that? What kind of man won't do any research with his business, with somebody wanted by Interpol to protect his family, to protect his investment, to protect his legacy, to protect the status of his company? You know what I'm saying? Like who does that shit? No, I know I'm rambling and stuff like that, but I'm just giving my 3 cents on the matter. If you don't like it, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, you can be mad at me, but I'm not the criminal. You could be mad at me, but I'm not out here the one doing business with the criminal. I'm not the one that had people looking at me at a weigh-in, shooting while kids is in there, while women is in there, when innocent civilians was in there. I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude that's destroying lives with drugs. I'm not that dude. And you know when it comes with dope dealing, deaths, murder. Somebody had to die. Somebody had to die, man. All them turf wars over there in South America, somebody had to die. All them turf wars over there in all these other countries when it comes to cocaine and these uppers and downers and all that shit, whatever you guys want to call it, somebody got to go, man. Somebody got to die. Straight up. And everybody, and there's a select few out there that's still, defending Bob Arum, defending MTK Global, defending Daniel Kinahan, defending people who've been working with criminals. There's still a handful of people out there. And it's mind-boggling. Like who does that? Everybody want to talk about how all these fighters is humble and these guys talking about they don't like Deontay Wilder because he's making excuses. They don't like Deontay Wilder because he talked too much. They don't like Deontay Wilder because he's arrogant. They don't like Christian Shields because he's arrogant. They don't like Christian Shields because she talked too much. But they ain't criminals. They're not selling dope. They're not selling arms illegally. They ain't doing none of that. But for some odd reason, what they do bothers you. But some odd reason, some dude that just like literally ruined a whole bunch of boxers' lives, people that's outside of boxing, innocent civilians' lives. Now all of a sudden, there's nothing that ain't got nothing to do with boxing. A whole company is imploding. Other companies might be implicated in all this mess, in this mess. Your company is in the crosshairs of a RICO case. Your company is in the crosshairs of international drug kingpin. You let them in the door. You let the devil in the door. You think none of these y'all think none of these entities want to know where that money was coming from, how that money was being moved, where it was coming from? Because he got pretty sure he got other bank accounts all around the world that they want to stop that too. Yeah, they want to stop that too. They want to figure out how the people in South America are getting paid. They want to stop that too. They want to figure out who else is implemented by watching the money flow, because they want to stop that too. The buck is just not going to stop at the Kinahans. And I don't understand how people don't see that. You got these sanctioned bodies out here. We have these boxing organizations out there. God knows who's implemented. God knows who's going to have to give up assets back that they received by way of drug money. Fines. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like nobody, like if we really looked at it from the perspective of the person that's owning the $1 million company, you should look at it as perspective of they might lose their fucking company. They don't know, but they know whatever they find on this dude and they find in their company, they could be next, right next to MTK Global. Muhammad Ali helped start Top Rank, and Bob Arum has literally besmirched the name of Muhammad Ali by doing business with Daniel Kinahan. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? The boxing in general, the sport, has just received a black eye by all these people doing business with Daniel Kinahan. And they don't even know how far was his reach into boxing. They don't know how far his clutches got into boxing. MTK Global said for years Daniel Kinahan is gone. But obviously he wasn't, because he still had a stronghold on them, and to include Perbellum, and people are running there. Perbellum might be next. There is a direct correlation between MTK Global and Perbellum and Daniel Kinahan. And there's a common denominator to it. There's this guy named RJ on Twitter. He's telling you guys. He's been telling folks for years. Years on Twitter, putting in hard work. Years. And nobody listened to him. I mean, I did. I thought a lot of this shit was pretty interesting how he looked it up. How he figured out how this company, this financial group, is the same financial group, not only for Anthony Joshua's financial group, MTK and Perbellum, and is owned by Daniel Kinahan. The only thing that these guys been doing was just changing names. Changing names and changing ownership. Changing names and changing ownership. That's the only thing they've been doing. They've been using the same damn company to funnel through all this money through. And this funnel all the money, the drug money through. And it's the same company the U.S. Treasury just blocked. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? You know, and they smart criminals, but they that was a real smart move with that one. You know, I think if the U.S. Treasury never done it, I think they'll still be using it to this day. And I think Daniel Kinahan would still be putting on so-called advising. But come on, bruh. You mean to tell me Daniel Kinahan is sitting up over there in the UAE, right? Putting on shows in Saudi Arabia, right? You mean to tell me he ain't watching that drug? You mean to tell me he didn't think about at least watching that? You mean to tell me that it's not a good, it's a good idea for him to funnel a lot of money through? It's probably the only way he can legitimize his money. It's the only way. And it's been working. And, you know, he's sitting up over there like Nicky Barnes, Mr. Untouchable, or whatever the case. Nicky, you know what I'm saying? Back in the days, you know, the magazine and all that shit. Like sitting up over there like, y'all can't stop me. You know what I'm saying? In February, Tyson Fury kicking it with Daniel. He don't look like he had no problem. It looked like Daniel Kinahan was stress free. Stress free. You mean to tell me Tyson Fury, when you went up over there to go meet Daniel Kinahan, right? When he flown your ass out there like you were an Instagram model. When he flown your ass out there like you was some social media model, right? He didn't pay for the fare. He didn't pay for the hotel room. He didn't pay for the food. He didn't put a little bit money in your pocket for you showing up. When he summoned your ass like a little bitch and you went out there, right? Like, come on, man. Yeah, let's not be too. Let's not be too stupid. We could give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but with this one, ain't no benefit of the doubt. The DEA is not alleging this shit. The U.S. Treasury ain't putting this stuff on nobody for no fucking reason. It's for a reason. It's for a reason. You let the devil in the front door. Now the devil has came to collect. And what you gonna do when it get hot on the block? What you gonna do? You know. On that note, man, shout outs to everybody out there, man. Keep y'all nose clean and everybody stay sucker free.